Ki Khubor Ka Bate Se TV. Lawan Rashapi Daka Frank Yamaha. Visit Yamaha showroom for big discount and very low down payments only this August. Don't miss out. Contact 96129-51198 or 96129-51298.
Kumshi benta ban ai jingkersha ni football club ki belpoi shaka ai league bat shajarang ke sarkar jila klarai ban ai jingkersha dak ar klur tingka bat shiklur ling baka sponsor khana bagan long ke jing ai mensim yagi club bakin nang kiu haka kamele kai habakran wekla pathai ku bor menteri rang ba ke jila konra ke sangma ulong ban kintiu shu yagi kamele kai football hapo ke jila ke sarkar klarai ban beteng biang yagi football mission 2 bat ling ba ke ni kan yarap yaki khna bakin sha hikai bakin long kirang yele kai bakin sai Hakoi kaliang konrak ke sangma ul ai kublei ki he shipai jong ka Assam Regiment but Indian Army ki bla jet ye ke jela Meghalaya ban Penlong ye ke Durand Cup ke badai ru tournament ke bla Rembha na kaliang uba Shaklir Wajri ubade Ministry ke Transport and Youth Affair ula pentip ba ka sarkar klarai ban bu no de Residential Football Academy ye ke bon bu Hamau Khanu.
I would like to congratulate the Honorable Minister Sports and Youth Affairs and the entire Sports Department for having successfully completed this particular stadium, which is now hosting the tournament. As you can see that this is at the international standard, and a lot of work has gone into making this stadium what it is today. And I also would like to congratulate him and the team for the successful opening ceremony that we're having today. And we look forward to the next 6 matches that we will be, next 5 more matches that we will be hosting here in Shillong. And we, of course, urge the citizens of our state and especially of Shillong to come out in large numbers to participate and be part of this particular tournament and the matches that are there. Apart from that, I would just like to share with you also that in the last many years, the government of Meghalaya has been focusing a lot on sports and on sports infrastructure. And just to give you an idea that when we had initially started our tenure in MDA1, we had roughly about 50 different infrastructures throughout the state, plus minus. And as of today, we have about 275 new structures which are under construction or in progress in different parts of the state. So almost, 3, 4, 5 times, in fact, fold increase in the infrastructure, numbers of sports infrastructure that have come up in the state. Just to give you a monetary figure also, on a rough average, about 100 crores used to be spent in normally around before 2018. But if you put up all the projects that we are currently constructing and work is going on, we have almost close to 1,000 crores worth of infrastructure projects that are going on in the state as we speak. The government has also decided that we need to support our different clubs at different levels, and therefore we are going to start a special program where under the government we are going to support different clubs in terms of financial support, and we're starting with football, and as we move along, hopefully in other sports and disciplines also it will happen. So we have 2 categories where we're going to support local clubs. The first one is what we call the elite clubs, which is the I-League and above. Those clubs that make it to the I-League and above, the government will support them with a grant of 2 crores and an additional 1 crore through sponsorship. So 2 plus 3 plus 1. This is a fund that we are giving to support and to motivate clubs that are doing well. So this fund will be given to the clubs that are able to make it to the elite club, which is the I-League and above tournaments that are there at the national level. So there are, of course, very few clubs right now in Meghalaya that make it. But we're hoping that with this incentive that we plan to give, which is 2 crores plus another 1 crore through sponsorship, 2 crores from the state government, we're hoping that this would be a motivation for other clubs to start doing better and performing better in the future. While we do that, we also realize that there are many clubs at the grassroots level which may not have that kind of talent and exposure yet to be at the elite club. So based on different criteria and categories, we will work out more details on this. But we do plan to come out with what we call the grassroots and the intermediate clubs. So we plan to support them up to 15 lakhs to these clubs also, which can be in any part of the state. And we will come out with certain criteria. Again, this is being done to promote and to support football and also hopefully other clubs in terms of other disciplines in the future, maybe some other sports and other games that are there. So we're starting off with football, but hopefully, as I said, the future will have many other games also to be part of this. Apart from that, you are also aware that we have been supporting different associations, and we've been giving a lot of support to the players and the athletes themselves in different disciplines. We've come out with different programs like the STAR program, where we look at scientifically selecting candidates and sports persons based on the talent that they naturally have. And it's a very scientific approach which is done in many parts of the world. And we are one of the first few states to have adopted this scientific process of actually selecting different candidates and different sports persons. Apart from that, I would come back to football. I also would like to share with you that we are officially going to launch the football mission 2 in the state very soon. You're aware that we have approximately about 100 plus minus grassroots centers that are functioning under the grassroots, the football mission program at the grassroots level. We plan to expand that much more aggressively in the future, so that more youngsters can get an opportunity to get trained, get professional help and professional support at the rural level also, and that we hope will then produce many more talented footballers and allow them to come into the mainstream football scenario at the national as well as hopefully the international level also. Grassroots centers were opened up. In these centers, there were local coaches that were there, and kids very young, and teenage kids, and of course senior kids also. They got a chance to be trained by at least a professional coach. May not be an international level, but at least it's better than getting no coaching at all. So, like that, a large number of sports enthusiasts and football enthusiasts, and those who really wanted to, get training under this. So these kind of centers were put up, and some infrastructures were put up. Things happened. As I said again, in this kind of work that you do, this kind of investment you make, you can't quantify the results just by saying, well, so and so won the match and lost the match. This many goals were won, silver were won. It's not like that. I keep repeating to all of you, if you look at the government strategy, we are really investing in our youth. I've made it clear many times to all of you that we look at our stakeholder, which is the youth, as the center of what we're trying to do out here. And sports investment is one part of it. We realize that the youth also is very keen on music. So there's a grassroots music program that's going on. We realize that people are a lot into now social media. So if you realize, we had come out with the social media awards, and we have come out with our OTT platform. The idea is really to energize the youth and to really make them productive and constructive and to shape their character in a positive manner. And all these activities we do, as I said, you cannot quantify them by, say, the gold medals they win or the silver they win. It's ultimately the human beings that they become, because of the investments that we make is actually the value and the real satisfaction in what we're doing. So therefore, yes, grassroots, the football mission. One, we have a lot of things we did. Some things may not have been the way we thought it would. Therefore, the mission 2 is going to now improve on those aspects, scale it up even more, and try to have more centers everywhere. and maybe try to make it more professional in whatever way we can. The idea being to again link it up with all these other activities that we're doing around us, and ultimately, as I said, give a better opportunity to the youth.
Thank Honorable Chief Minister. Without his support, all of this would have not been possible. I will thank entire team, the sports department, for working tirelessly to make this ground opening a success. Just a few points that I would like to add is that the government is planning to set up a residential academy, which is a football residential academy of the Northeastern United FC, which will be in Mokano. So just that, I think the rest Honorable CM has already mentioned, but just that point from the side.
So that's another very important point, that this residential academy, which will be one of its kind in the Northeast, will be set up, and this is again being done to explore the talent at the grassroots level and give them the opportunity to train, and the exposure and the opportunity to play at the national as well as international level.
He said we are going to launch, but the date is not yet set.
But very soon.
Yeah,
but very soon.
Yeah.
The right time when Durand Cup is happening. It's a football season, so it's a football day, so we thought that we'll share this information with you.
The government is spending a lot of money in the final run-up.
You see, these kind of expenditures cannot be seen as an expenditure. You have to realize that this is an investment in our youth. When you invest in sports, you invest in the character of the youth. When you invest in sports, you invest in the discipline of the youth. You are shaping these youths to become better. Whether they win or lose, that's a different part. But to be able to follow your passion, to be able to train, to be able to get discipline in what you do, and to be able to get the opportunity. I think these are things you cannot value, or you cannot quantify with winning or losing, or with the money that you spend, as you said. So I won't look at it as expenditure. I look at it as investment in our youth. Uttarakhand and Chhattisgarh in line, and then comes Meghalaya's turn. So we may not be able to host it anytime too soon, but we are preparing ourselves for infrastructure development for many other games. So for example, National Games is just one, but there's the Khelo India Games, there's the Northeast Olympics, there is the Meghalaya Games that happen. So with the focus on the National Games, we are pushing ourselves to put the infrastructure, and I'm happy to see that we are moving in the right direction. We may not be able to create infrastructure for all the disciplines that are there, because certain disciplines, the expenses are very high. And that's something that we may not. So we're looking at the ones that are manageable, and in most cases we have been able to create that infrastructure, and having the Meghalaya Games, in rotation basis, is allowing us in fact to create the necessary infrastructure even at the district level, so that we have more possibility to host not just national games but all the games. So we are hoping it will happen, and as and when it happens, I can assure you that Meghalaya will be ready to host it. Because we know that it's not going to happen immediately, like next year or a year after that. But as and when it happens, a few years from now, we will be ready, and we should be ready to host the National Games.